Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Natural20, and I'm joined once again by the amazing, the incredible, the Yorkshire T.
Good afternoon.
We are back working remotely, T. As an hour-long trip. Yeah.
Fortunately, it's not quite the pixelated PowerPoint slideshow it has been on previous occasions, but yeah, prospect of making an hour-long jaunt all the way up to your place on the, it's like going to the friggin' moon.
It isn't that far away. It's quite a pleasant trip.
Feels like it.
As things go on the tube.
Feels like I'm travelling into the future.
I suppose so. You start from like the rickety old rail services for South West Trains.
Rickety.
And then, rickety, yes.
And such antiquated, outdated notions as lawns and trees and greenery and plants. And then I get on the train and I emerge in the glistening but stale future of the 21st century dystopia hellscape that is East London.
T, I can see my garden from the window that I'm at right now. There are plenty of plants.
Garden.
I'm also taking care of the spider plant that you sent me, so...
oh, bless.
I gave it some water today, so I'm planning to water it every time I have a Hollow Knight session.
So, what I haven't told Nat is that if the spider plant that I gave him as a housewarming gift dies, then I will stop doing these sessions with him.
Oh no.
And since the income from this endeavour is so vital to you, it is definitely within your interest to keep watering that spider plant.
Absolutely. Oh. Ooh, hello, there's a thing here. Huh.
Now, you seem to be more competent
nice.
when basically operating purely on autopilot. So yes,
I don't know what it says about me.
As a little bit of context, we are once again in the Deepnest. We are exploring the terrifying depths, and Nat is trying to overcome his... Is that why we were recording earlier, Nat? So that, we're firmly in daylight hours, and...
Oh man, look, hello, it's my doppelganger.
Whenever we come across slightly unnerving stuff like this, it doesn't, scare you quite as much.
We're recording earlier because I'm busy this evening.
Scaredy wuss.
Not because I'm scared, but I do want to meet my doppelganger and say hello. Seems like a cool guy.
Oh, he should be just under here. But he's gone. He's gone, Nat.
Doppelganger, stop running away. I want to be friends.
It's just because he's shy.
I want to give him a hug. By the way, I'm still looking for this key. This is now my the area that I'm searching for a key in.
I think this is as valid a place as any to look for a key.
I didn't actually get a chance to look at the Patreon poll about whether you should tell me about a key. Ooh, hello, he's looking up.
Ah.
What happens if I look up? Nothing.
It's like they're the same. It's like they're twins. We could be night buddies. We can enjoy co-op. But no! He keeps on disappearing.
Going.
Are you trying to tell us something?
I don't... Look, all I know is right now he's leading me to little bits of Geo, so it can't be that bad.
He seems like
he led me to a spring last time, so...
He does seem like a pretty legit guy. Oh, you're catching up. But first, a shortcut.
But shortcuts. The effect when you hit something in the background like that, being so similar to when there's a wall that you can break, is really annoying sometimes. Oh no, this doesn't bode well.
Hey, doppelganger! Hey, Nat, do you remember how when we encountered a doppelganger in Symphony of the Night?
Yeah.
It tried to kill you! You fool!
Nosk, hello.
You're not genre savvy enough.
Don't leave me alone. I want to be your friend. Oh
Ooh.
God! It's spitting acid at me.
That, some pretty fancy, footwork, but not fancy actually. You can probably...
Got some of the ceilings.
Yeah.
Ha!
That's pretty much the only reliable safe spot, but of course it's only when he's walking off the ledge. Because when he climbs up, when he scuttles up the ledge, he scuttles up the wall. So you don't get that safe spot.
Yep, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah. But, no, you're doing pretty well.
Oh, dicks.
You also do get some respite from the fact that he will keep on charging.
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh. Yep. Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Oh.
What a dick.
You basically just trying to face tank this thing now.
No, not really. What I'm trying to do is regenerate enough focus that I can get life back like that.
Well,
Like, if I hit him enough, then the regenerate I get from doing that,
Yeah.
and the relatively safe points I've got
Oh.
mean that I win. Easy. Not easy, that was really difficult, but still.
for Nosk, it's the combination of, well, his speed, but also the fact that, you know, like with all bosses, he has tells for most of his attacks. But Nosk's, I think, is the first boss where the tells are really, really short. You know, there's virtually no delay between him, indicating, I'm going to do an attack, and him actually doing the attack. Would it help you if I told you that you should basically expect more of that kind of thing from now on?
Wouldn't help, but
you're gonna have to be good at reacting and learning on the fly. But heck, you've just beaten Nosk without dying. So once again, you've managed to completely steamroll. Well, not really steamroll, but you've managed to get past one of the game's biggest difficulties, biggest challenges so far, comparatively easily. Feel proud.
Nice.
It's a good
job,
It's a
mate.
good reward.
It is a great reward. I think that means I'm 2 off the next upgrade, assuming the upgrade path is what I think it should be. Here, okay. Nosk, we could have just been friends, you know?
You're not going to check
I don't
out.
know why you had to try and kill me.
You're not going to check the bestiary log for.
Oh yeah, actually.
You should always
Let's do
You
that.
should always be checking it, Nat. It's full of interesting
Nosk.
stuff.
Mimics the shape of other creatures to lure prey into its lair. In the deepest darkness, there are beasts who wear faces stolen from your memories and pluck at the strings in your heart. Know yourself and stay strong.
And what does that say about the face that it has worn to lure the night?
It's its own face, right?
Yeah.
Let me read this entry again. Oh, god damn it. Be down at the bottom somewhere. I lie, it's not down at the bottom, it's somewhere else. So, the knight is wearing a face from its past somehow, or that is meaningful to it in some way?
As in the Nosk is taking on the appearance of something meaningful to the knight.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah.
right? And given that Nosk is taking on the face of the Hollow Knight itself, or the Knight, or whatever his name is,
Yeah.
I would assume that means that the Hollow Knight is taking on the appearance of something that, well, the Hollow Knight is wearing the face of somebody that it loved, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, interesting.
That's my guess so far.
What I would say to that is, think about some of another boss that we have encountered.
What, the Broken Vessel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now that
I know if they were, like-
that bore a certain resemblance.
Yeah, that had the same kind of mask, right? So maybe, like, there's, like, a family of Hollow Knights or something? I don't know.
Also, if you cast your mind way back to the first time we encountered, the first time we fought Hornet.
Mm-hmm.
And think about what...
Hornet knew who we are,
Yeah,
right?
but who else was there?
Oh, what, the Watchers?
No. The dead... The dead...
Oh, maybe, yeah.
So there are not... There's not just, there's not just one or even two of these fellas.
No, that's a big boy.
Here's a slashy fellow. And they're also really, really smart in that they, know to retreat.
Interesting, okay. You go back.
Oh,
Gotcha.
and we say that your nail was reasonably well powered up, so I'm not quite as impressed as I would have been.
Also, I burnt like 2 Hadokens on it.
That's true.
Worshippers of Hera the Beast shield themselves with hard-plated foreclaws and then lash out suddenly to cut prey. Here's my experience of them, yes.
I don't know if it's Hera or Hurrah!
Hurrah!
Hurrah! Huzzah! Huzzah the beast! Huzzah for hurrah!
Ah.
Classic Deepnest.
Come on, get infected. You're not going to? Alright, fair enough. I'm very lost again.
I mean, well, so
I've been here before, apparently.
yeah, you want to go left
Yes.
because you mash a.
Yes, I do. Defeat the Guardian of the left. And this just goes back the other way, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you can bypass that, can't you? Just by going over the top.
Yes.
It's still fun to fight, though.
Oh, big spiders. Go on. Let's check out the lore on these.
Alright. Deepling. Infant of the Deepnest scuttles about in the darkness, learning the layout of its home.
Oh,
Deep Hunter crawls along the walls and roofs.
then you got.
Little Weaver. Oh god, these things are awful.
They're not that bad.
Look, again, if I have to fight a giant spider, I'm literally just putting the controller down and walking away.
Okay. Well.
Oh god, this is awful. Oh! Stop it.
I mean,
please.
Doesn't it kind of help you that they don't look? They don't really look like actual spiders.
Yes, but now I know. I've been cursed with not.
Bloody
Oh, I
hell.
thought-
You're slicing through everything in Deepnest like butter now.
I have the Hadoken. They cannot do anything to me because I have the Hadoken. It's just awesome.
You know what it is? I think I've just grown up sort of with this attitude that ranged attacks are always going to be less powerful than melee attacks.
Maybe.
I think I've just I think it's just an attitude I've just always had. I don't know where that exactly that stems from.
It is because it's typically true, right?
Yeah.
Range attacks involve usually less risk than melee, so they end up being weaker attacks. Oh god. They end up being weaker attacks overall.
Yeah.
And that tends to be true for most situations. But in this, because I can't... There's no way for me to spend soul to increase the damage from my normal attack. Oh god. Oh. Thank you for the rancid egg.
Sorry, you were saying.
But because there's no way for you to spend meter in this game to make your melee attack stronger,
Yeah.
it makes less sense. Well, it means that the range attack can compete with the melee attack because it's spending a resource the melee attack wouldn't. And because my entire build is built around generating that resource like crazy,
Yeah.
it means I get lots and lots of very powerful range attacks, which is absolutely worth it.
I think my attitude towards Hollow Knight was the soul is there primarily to account for any screw ups you make in, say, basically in mistiming a close quarters attack. So basically, like, any shortcomings that that you could use in how can I put this, like, I think pretty much my attitude was basically just, if I get really good at melee attacks, then why use ranged attacks? I think that's probably and the ability to recharge soul is something that allows me to it makes learning and getting better at close combat attacks easier because I've got that slight safety net.
Yeah, I get that. But it's also like, we've got a difference in attitude in the way that so the reason, we've talked about this before, but I view meter as a resource to be spent very, very liberally.
Yeah.
And not to be held on to
Yeah.
if you don't need to for something very specific. So, in most boss fights now, I'll open by, like, Hadokening 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Because what I want to be doing is hitting the boss and getting my stuff back, basically.
No, that makes sense. But one could also argue that surely it's a good idea to, especially when you're just encountered a boss for the first time, you should hold on to your soul just whilst you're learning the boss's attacks.
Yeah, you can definitely argue that.
But then also, I suppose you do run into
wrong to do so.
But then I guess you do run into the issue, and I think this is something that you haven't actually fallen prey to, and various people have noted it, is that you don't fall into the trap of, as soon as you get hit, you try and heal, and by pausing to heal, regardless of whether or not there are any safe spots, you end up getting hurt again, and you spend so much time trying to heal, that 1 or 2 things of damage, or the damage that just builds up over time. You never actually spend any time in learning first of all, paying attention to the enemy's attacks, but also learning when you can attack them safely. And because you seem to sort of focus more on attacking and only healing when it becomes absolutely necessary, you sort of you overcome that hurdle, which I think is quite an interesting.
To an extent, what I'm doing and what I'm consciously thinking of in fights is I want to be trying to heal to full, right?
Yeah.
And the reason I want to be at full is because then I'm able to use the meter that I get for Hadokens instead of for healing.
Yeah.
And so, but I also realize that healing is so healing is very, very inefficient if you do it 1 bar at a time. And it gets progressively more efficient if you heal multiple masks at once, basically.
Yeah.
Because the startup for healing has its own thing, basically.
But the delay between subsequent masks worth of healing is reduced.
It's much lower.
Yeah.
Right? So it benefits me not to immediately heal when I get hit by something, because I'm building up more efficient healing time, if that makes sense.
Yep, that's characteristically efficient way of doing it.
Yep. I think I've explored the one here, so that should be fine. Let me just track down the pit anyway. I don't think there's going to be anything here. No, I don't think so. Okay, where's the rest of the thingies? Oh.
I think you want to head up.
Yes, I probably do. No, I don't want to go out
Not
just yet.
Quite. Yeah.
Be up here? Yes.
There we go.
Oh, hello.
You know what? You know what you're also managing to do? I don't know if you're quite realising it, but you're actually managing to parry.
Yeah, I realised that the opening attack was parrying, and that's how I was doing what I was doing. But it's not a particularly hard parry to do, if I'm honest.
No, because it's so obvious.
Because all I'm doing is attacking for that opening, right?
Hooray, a grub!
Excellent, and you were real. You weren't a fake grub.
Honestly now, out of all the grubs that we've encountered since that initial fake grub encounter, how many have been fake grubs?
1.
Exactly. There we go. You should be more trusting.
Worth stabbing them just in case anyway.
Be more trusting, more... I don't know.
Nest alive, sleeping queen, and beast.
So it would seem that Hurrah the Beast is the queen of Deepnest.
Hmm. Oh, God, no. No.
Look, it's not gonna. It's not gonna come to life and attack you. I mean, that thing will, but.
Okay.
Ooh.
Can you imagine doing this without monarch wings?
Is it possible to do it with monarch wings? I think it is. Pretty sure it's possible to do it without monarch wings. But like I said before, just be glad they got rid of the actual gigantic tarantula thing that they had.
Is it here?
No, that they had in the they had it in various pre-release stages of the game. Only one screenshot.